There's a cost to not speaking up, and I feel like a lot of young men especially don't talk about it and don't give it the attention that it needs. And now expressing what's on your mind is important. I talk about the idea of not caring about what people think and how it's something that I'm still working on a lot in this whole social media journey. I feel like I've taken tremendous strides since moving here in terms of not giving a fuck about what anybody thinks or says. It's tough, right? It's a struggle because you're putting yourself out there on camera, on various social media platforms and speaking your mind, and you're at the expense of other people's judgments at times. And whether you care about that or not is a different story. But the idea for me is getting over that hump. But I want to talk about something a little deeper, something that I haven't personally struggled with, but it still is along the lines of caring what people think. And that is caring what your immediate friends think when you tell them about personal issues. So this might be more angled towards young men who are reluctant to express themselves and really tell people what's going on because they're afraid of the judgment. I've had a lot of buddies growing up who you can tell that something's on their mind, but they are very hesitant to talk about it because they're afraid they might be judged as opposed to help. So they'll keep it in. They won't talk about it with anybody. And really the only way that you can get them to express things is with a therapist. But little do these people know that expression to people you're close with is the best way to feel better. When you lay everything out, you put it all on the table, and you can just get it anywhere else but your mind, right? Whether it's verbally, you write it down, you're talking in a video, whatever it is. I think expressing what's going on, what's bothering you, is the most important thing you can do to move forward, to feel good. I'm not somebody that can really say they've been through the worst things that life can throw at you, but I know for a fact that my number one coping mechanism, my number one thing that helps me is just talking about what's bothering me, talking about how I feel, talking about what's on my mind, even if it's not something that's really strongly bothering me, but it's something that's been lingering in my mind, is so important for your mental health. And that's why we see so many young kids nowadays taking routes that are not healthy, whether it's through drugs or whatever other coping mechanisms they may use. It's because they don't feel comfortable talking to people. This type of stuff eventually leads to them killing themselves with drugs or because they're suicidal, whatever it may be. And it's really sad to see. So I guess the purpose of this video is to kind of express that, one, if you're somebody that feels like they need to talk, feels like they need to express what they feel, you need to do it to somebody, right? Whether it's a super close friend that you can rely on or a family member, you need to talk to somebody. It's the only way to feel better. No matter how many times it takes, even if you need to repeat that thing again and again, you'll find that expressing it, no matter how many times, will make you feel tremendously better. And two, if you're somebody that doesn't have a hard time expressing things, but maybe has a couple of close friends that you can tell are reluctant to express what they're saying, you can tell there's always something on their mind. You need to make sure that that person feels comfortable knowing that they can express things to you. If you're this manly man who thinks that it's, weak or whatever it is to talk about how you feel, then you need to grow up, because it's really the opposite. It's really the opposite. And expressing how you feel, I think, is the true form of masculinity. Verbal expression is a true form of medicine. It is better than any antidepressant, in my opinion. If you can sit down and discuss how you're feeling with someone close to you and, really truly let them know how you're feeling and lay out what's going on, whether they can help you or not, right? If you can just have a conversation with somebody and they're accepting of what's going on, even if they don't give you the best advice or, maybe aren't the best person to tell, if there's somebody that's trusted, if there's somebody that will listen, then you need to talk to them if something's going on. So if you're going through something, don't be afraid to talk to somebody. Thank you for watching.